Hey guys, welcome to another video, and in today's video I'll show you one of the way which I personally use to create AI agents. And if you're someone who is using N8N and you want to switch it, like what are the alternative ways you can do and create AI agents, so I think this video is for you. In this video I am going to show you how first of all AI agent works, how you can make your own AI agent without the help of N8N, and if you have an existing N8N workflow then you can convert it back to the main native code. So in this video, we are going to understand about the AI agents and what are the other ways you can create the AI agent without the use of N8N. So it is going to be a very interesting video. So we are not going to waste any further time. Let's dig into the system and let's build it. Okay, so let me show you what exactly we are going to do today. So this is my agent which is running on N8N, and it's a basic agent. It has a schedule trigger which calls an AI agent and gets some stock market data which I have already configured here, and then we are calling an external tool which is a SERP API tool to get the financial data, and based on that now we are converting that data into a HTML file which we can download and we can open it in our browser. So it's a basic example I used to show how you can convert this to a executable. Now the approach that we are going to follow is called, basically we are converting no code to actual code. So see, the point is, first of all, you need to understand why the platforms like N8N came up, right? The reason they came up because not everybody knows how to code. And what exactly this platform offers you? They offers you a UI where you can simply drag and drop and you can create your workflows, right? So you do not have to write the code. All the hard work is at the back end, and they will give you a UI where you can call, provide some configuration and run your workflows. Now this is how basically the no code platform works. They provide a user a UI, the user can drag and drop the UI, but in backend what exactly happened, that UI converts that whatever configuration you are setting converts into a JSON, and then JSON is been sent to the actual backend engine where the actual code happens. So for example, whatever code that you have written, it will be converted into the actual code. Now that backend code will run those executable. It will actually call the methods, actually call the functions which have the code written to whatever you are calling an AI API or something. So this is how basically the stuff work in the no code platform. Now what we are exactly doing, we are actually converting that workflow back to the code. And why we are doing it like this, and the reason we are converting it, because now we have the vibe coding tools. So if somebody do not know how to code, now they can also write the code by using these tools and all. And also you will notice, see, in all the no code platform, what whenever you search for something, right? For example, you are searching for SERP API, let's say. If I search something like this SERP API, so you will see a lot of an extension coming in. So these are basically code which are converted into extension and provided into the N8N platform. So you can also make your extension also using the these kind of vibe coding tools. So now how you have to convert it back, right? So now first of all you need to download this workflow. So I am assuming that, let's say you already have a workflow created, but in case if you do not have any workflow created but you have the idea, the process will remain same, right? You have to provide that idea to the AI agent, and then AI agent will write the code for you. So in case if you do not have any N8N workflow, so what you can do in this case, you can go to ChatGPT or any other AI chatbot and you can ask the chat model to create a N8N workflow for you for what your requirement is. So for example, in this case, I am doing the same thing. I asked ChatGPT to create a workflow for me, and this is the workflow that ChatGPT gave me. And now you can simply copy this workflow. You can open a notepad or something, then you can paste the JSON over here and then save it as a JSON format. So your format would be workflow.json, and you can save it somewhere. So overall, if you see, workflows are nothing, it's just a code blocks which are calling in sequence, which is exactly what we are doing over here also. So now to convert this, we can simply go and download this, right? We can download the JSON. So you can click on these three icons. Let me show you again. And you can download the JSON from here right now. So once you download your workflow, you can open your workflow and check the content inside it. So basically this workflow has the JSON content. That means whatever you are seeing in your screen, right? So it is converted into JSON, and this JSON has been fed back to the node runner or the backend engine, whatever it has. So now it has been like, it has the details what exactly this workflow is doing, and it doesn't have any sensitive data. So all your credentials and everything will be part of our code only, but we'll save it securely, similarly how N8N is doing. But it will give you the overview, like how your code is actually working. So now what we are going to do, we are going to close this, we are going to go back on anti-gravity, and now here we will convert this JSON back to code. Okay, so now once we are in anti-gravity, first of all, you have to create a workspace. So workspace you can create simply by clicking open workspace, and from here you can create a new workspace. So basically it's just a folder where you are going to work, right? Once you created that folder, whatever JSON file that you downloaded from the N8N, you can simply copy that JSON file to your workspace. For example, the file that I downloaded, I have pasted that file in this agent to code workspace, which currently I'm working in. So now once your JSON is here, now we have some kind of context, and we can tell the agent to refer this context, right? So I'm not going to provide any prompt over here. Let's head it over to the editor mode, and then here we will start the conversation, right? So now on the left panel you'll see our file is already there, right? So this is our JSON file, and that you can see these are the all the steps that this agent requires, right? So now our purpose is to convert this JSON to code, right? So there are many ways, like you can create a simple UI also for a trigger from where that you can click it, but like for today's tutorial I am going to show you that how I am trying to achieve it. So basically we have to convert this to a full-fledged code, and we are going to provide whatever credentials we are going to use to a secure file. That means .env file or somewhere, right? So I can write something like refer the. So I'm simply asking that come up with a plan first, analyze it, what exactly we are doing, and also we are calling the AI agent. So I suppose that it can call LangChain or some other AI tool, right? AI library. So I'm just giving it up on the agent for now. To be honest, this totally depends how effectively you want to do it. Basically, the whole purpose is we want to convert this JSON back to the code. Now I am not providing a very big prompt. I simply want to see the capability of anti-gravity also. So let's just put it like this only and let it work. Now it is analyzing the workflow JSON. So obviously now it will see what exactly our agent is doing, and in some time it will give me the response that what my agent is exactly doing. Okay, so now it is saying that I have analyzed the N8N workflow JSON. It involves an AI agent using OpenAI and SERP API. Okay, exactly, that's what we are doing. That's exactly why we are using AI. We want to analyze everything and we want to convert it. Now this is the conversion plan that it has came up with, right? So the goal is to replicate the behavior of my workflow to a standalone Python script. So it has used Python, right? I was expecting Node, but yeah, that's fine. It will use LangChain as agent executor, right? We were thinking that it is going to use LangChain only. Then tool SERP API again, right? SERP API, when you use in N8N, you are using it as a tool, but SERP API itself is a API. So there is no use of using that drag and drop tool. We can simply call the SERP API if I have the API key, right? The agent will use GPT-4o mini, that is fine. I will provide the API key, and there is a scheduler which I can schedule, so it could be a cron job or something. So exactly now it is saying that it requires two API keys to store, which is going to store in .env file, OpenAI key and the SERP API key, right? And then the verification plan, right, has some kind of verification plan which it is going to do. To be honest, I agree whatever it has sent, and this is what exactly we are trying to achieve. I am going to click proceed, and now it is going to convert this whole thing into code. And once we have the code, we can run it on anywhere. You can host it, you can run it on any VPS, like it will still work as it is, right? So now let it build, and I'll see you in some time to show you how exactly our code has been written. Okay, so the now code has been completed, and let me show you the code, then I'll show you the demo how it is working and how we can optimize it also. So if you see, as we discussed, it is using LangChain to call the OpenAI model, and then as in our workflow we have a finance query running, we have to get the data from the internet. So it is using Google Finance Query, right? So all these are API wrappers which we are already providing the API keys in the .env file. So this is my .env file which has the API keys, and this is my system prompt, exactly what you provide in your agent. So right, this is the same system prompt. And as I said earlier, see, code blocks and workflows are same. So workflows are set of code blocks only which is calling in sequence. So this is what exactly here it is happening. There is one method called generate market analysis which is calling multiple different methods. So first you have a search object that you created from a Google Finance API wrapper, right? So if you are not a developer, it's fine, you can skip this part. But if you want to build a complex, complex workflow, you should understand how things work, right? How the code flows. And then we have a this tool object from the Google Finance query runner. So all these, all these are the tools and the methods that we are calling. And then we have object of LLM where we are using the chat OpenAI model. So this is the sequence that we are following, and here exactly it is making an agent, right? This part is the agent part. Similarly, what we do in N8N, we provide an LLM, we provide a tool, and then we have a prompt, right? So this is the same thing. We have a LLM, we have a tool, and we have a prompt. And then we are executing this agent, right? And after executing, we are putting this output, whatever output we are getting, in a HTML format, right? And this is the file name, and this is the trigger, right? So this is manually triggering and the schedule trigger if you want to do. So for this one, it's a schedule trigger, but I'm going to show you by manually triggering it. Okay, so now we are going to run this code, and I'm going to run this in terminal. So terminal you can open from here also. We have the three icons to open the terminal. Otherwise you have a terminal icon over here. So from anywhere you can open it. So to run this file, this is a Python file. So I'm going to write Python and the file name agent.py, right? So this is my file, Python market underscore agent.py, right? So I'm going to run this file. So now what this agent should do, again, whatever we were doing in N8N, it is going to run this agent. It is going to check the SERP API or the Google Finance API, get the latest market data, and ideally it should give me a HTML where it is going to store this data. So now if you see, it has started the market analysis, right? So you can see in the terminal, so it is running an initial analysis. It is now entering in the agent executor. So now it is executing Google Finance. Now it got some result from the finance data, and at the end it is going to call the LLM, right? So where it can summarize everything. Okay, so now it has summarized everything. Now the code has been stopped. That's fine. And now we can see one file is created. So let me just see this file. So this HTML is created, and let's open this HTML in. So now this is our market analysis. Okay, that's fine, right? So totally depends how you want to use this HTML. You can, instead of creating the HTML, you can send the data somewhere else also. Totally depends how your agent in N8N is working. You can replicate this over here also. Now one thing, obviously now you might be asking, I'm not going to run the Python command again and again, and how should I supposed to execute it and host it somewhere? So for that, what I'm going to do, I am going to call this agent from an API, and we can call that API or host that API somewhere, right? So let me provide another prompt. Call this agent from API. Okay, so now I am going to say call this agent from fast API, give a trigger from UI to trigger this agent. So basically I'm just giving a trigger so that we can trigger this agent instead of directly running this agent from the code itself. So now it is going to give me a UI from where we can simply trigger this agent. You can download the file. Okay, so our UI is also now completed, and it has created a set of APIs which is going to trigger the main agent, and a dedicated UI from where you are going to call these APIs to trigger the agent. So now if I click from here, if I click run new market analysis, it is going to trigger the same agent, right? So now you can see it is summarizing the agent, like whatever we were doing in the agent, now it is going to trigger the same. And same thing you are going to see over here. So now it is going to generate the HTML, and if I click on this HTML, I can get the same result, right? So now this URL that you are seeing, you can host this URL anywhere. Now it is not dependent anywhere from N8N, right? So now you have simply created a set of code blocks which is performing the operation of getting the market analysis, right? Similarly, you might have a different kind of use case. So this is how you can do it. In case you do not have the workflow ready, again you can utilize the agent to directly provide in natural language what kind of workflow you want to make, and then you can convert that natural language to a agent. right? So this is how you can do it, and Google anti-gravity is one of the way you can do it. You can also do it via cursor, right? It totally depends how you want to utilize it. And yeah, that's all for today's video, and drop a like and comment if you found this video useful. Let me know in the comment section if you are going to try it, and if you want to see further on how we can enhance this, because I'm planning to make a orchestrator of all the bot army that I am going to create using Google anti-gravity. So it would be something like one UI where you are going to manage all the different AI agents, and that we can host it somewhere. So if you want to see all this kind of stuff, consider subscribing to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.